What's going on, homie? How you been?
Good, man. How you been?
It's been a good day. It's been a good day. It's Monday. Yeah. So I'll say this, and I'll kick it over to you. It's hard sometimes. It's like, oh man, it's Monday, but then we get to do the show, right? And it's a fun time. So a lot of times the show actually helps me reframe how my Monday went
Oh, that's
because
nice. Yeah.
because don't nobody want to hear us hop on and be like, man, Monday sucked, right? Because
Right. The
that's a
whole
lot of
point. It's like the whole point of the show is
exactly.
to build up the energy for the week, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I definitely feel you on that. That the show helps me uh put a positive spin on most things, right?
Yeah,
So that's what I look for too. That's what I'm looking forward to at least. So
man. So how your weekend? It's
the weekend
okay.
was good.
Before I ask you about that, I always it's always harder to say, "Oh, how was your weekend?" when we spent a day to if we're together during the weekend. It's like, "Oh, how
Right.
was your weekend?" And it's like this ain't an insider thing, right? Like, how
But
was your weekend?
see, I guess I always think about it like, how was your weekend outside of the time that we hang together, right? So it's always like with the big asterisk,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Outside of that, how was it? It was a great weekend weather-wise, right? Like
Yeah,
Atlanta is kind of heating back up, but it's not fully heated back up.
yeah.
So
I mean,
it's
like
that
it was
in
riding,
between.
riding into the weekend. We was like rain for 3 days straight.
Right.
Like it was like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, torrential downpour and cool. And
Right.
then it was like, Saturday turned around and it was like, where have you been all my life, spring?
Right. It started to turn. It started,
Mhm.
and I've become more keen about this. This is a rando, but a goodie. I hope. Right. Is that I really have been trying to track when do the trees turn green. Right. Because I always feel like it's random. Like I'll be driving home and I'll be like, damn, like it's hella green outside. Right. But I miss it every year. So now I've been trying to track it. And I've been looking at these trees like, oh, they about to bloom. That's right. They about to turn a little green. And now it's green outside again. I'm good. I'm
I
good.
think for me it was the grass because we got a bunch of pine
Right.
trees in the back and them
Yeah.
suckers been green dropping. Yeah, Daddy want to talk about the Budweiser controversy. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure we'll get to it today. We really don't like today was a kind of a rough.
Today's like the first day back from vacation,
Yeah,
right? Like it's gonna take us a minute to recalibrate. I hope y'all weren't expecting a crazy action-packed episode with much things. Come on now. We was tired.
we was
We
off
had a
too.
bunch of stuff going on,
Okay,
right?
so it did hit me though. One of the things, and I'll just throw this at you that what broke the internet while we was off was I don't know if you even caught it was the one of these folks digital influencers was walking around asking people on the street, black people on the street, whether or not they would rather have $250 and EBT and food stamps or go to dinner with Soldier Boy.
Yes, I did see this.
So,
I did see this. Wait. Because the qualifier was it wasn't just 250 EBT, whatever versus Soldier Boy. It was a younger generation too.
yeah,
It's like fresh spring breakers, right? Like the prime spring breakers.
all right. So here's
And
the question: You're older.
I am.
Would
Oh, and I'm
you
not that old. Come on now. Like we're not that
you're older
old.
than the people they were asking? So
We
we
old enough to have been in the club when Soldier Boy came on.
when Soldier Boy was on, right?
Right.
So, would you have taken the food stamps or gone to dinner with Soldier Boy?
I particularly would have taken the EBT only because Soldier Boy, Soldier Boy. I ain't standing Soldier Boy. But that was kind of crazy though. Seeing how many young people like, no, right? So I see that people in our comments have already chimed in and said, "Show the money." Tal says, "Show me the money." Wait a minute. We dived into the episode. We didn't even talk about what you're drinking. What you drinking?
Oh, my bad. I'm drinking Stella. So I didn't. I got a few things to do tonight. Post show. Back on the gym grind in the morning. So yeah, I wasn't gonna do anything hard tonight. So maybe back on the bourbon next week. But for tonight at least, I'll be on the beer to get through the show.
Cool. I got an Angry Orchid dark cherry apple. I don't know what it tastes like, but we're gonna try it. It was lighter. I don't need anything hard today. So, iced coffee.
He's talking. He's speaking He's speaking to you.
Hey, speaking my language right there.
Yeah. No, I mean, so for me, bro, I'm taking the cash. Like, I'm taking the EBT money. Even if you were to, even on the street, the resale value for the EBT joint,
right?
It's still 125.
I know.
So I would take the EBT resale value over dinner with Soldier Boy.
Yeah, I just don't know what I would do with Soldier Boy at dinner. Now, I think it would be hilarious as hell. But given that one of my main memories of Soldier Boy as a person is him recalling when they tried to rob him in the studio at his house, and all that whole sequence was crazy, right? I don't need to go to dinner with Soldier Boy. That's just not on my list.
Even if you want to say, like, the way artists are able to market themselves using social, yada yada yada, is because of how Soldier Boy did it. Okay, cool. That doesn't change the fact that I think the dude is pretty whack. And can I say, like, if I say whack, does that mean I'm whack too? Like, because I know the kids don't use that no more. But I mean, like,
I don't care what the kids use. I mean, it's more about us anyway, right? Like,
I just can't see myself, like, pulling up to my man with dinner and then be like, yo, like, this was dope. Like, right. I enjoyed myself.
I can't really see that playing out so well. So I'm good. All
right, with the 250.
Now, who is the lowest tier rapper or celebrity? Let's go celebrity. Lowest tier celebrity that you would give up $250 EBT for? Like, now I'm not talking about your best celebrity. I'm talking about right at the edge where you would contemplate it seriously.
Okay. Can I ask a follow-up question to this?
Okay.
Do I have to give up a Saturday night, or can it be like on a Tuesday?
It can be,
because I don't want to give up a prime day.
Okay, so Thursday. Better yet, a Friday. A Friday. A Friday night.
And it's so hold on. So now I got to give up $250 and a Friday night for like a bottom tier celebrity.
Friday night.
Like a bottom tier, not a top. See, because my daddy
we're talking about right at the edge. Like, I'm just curious, not who your highest is. I think most of us would be like, there's somebody really famous like Barack Obama. Of course you would give up $250 EBT. I'm talking about the person right outside that edge. See, who is it? The first person.
Here you go, Tal. Talking about she ain't giving up that many pounds of crab legs for nobody.
Tal, there's nobody. Nobody.
So, bottom tier of making me say yes.
Yes.
Can I have a second to think? All right, do you have yours? Because I feel like you just hit me with this, and I don't really know.
No, I'm just curious. I love the process more than the destination. So I'm so interested. Your dad immediately said KRS-One. He's thought this out.
I think. I think he might have thought that you meant who would you like? KRS-One is top tier.
Top tier.
Yeah, like I mean, I would give up. That's an easy thing, right? KRS-One pulls me out the door. Like who's that bottom tier? I could go 50-50 either way. Like if it rained outside, I would cancel.
Right.
Probably like Fantasia.
Really?
Yeah, because like once I learned that she couldn't read good, like it just like she just seems like dumb in the face.
Oh no,
So,
you could be roasting on Fantasia. Come
yeah,
on
so I
now.
just feel like
Fantasia's
the conversation would be like we talking to like a set of blinds. Like it's like a box of rocks. I could count on having better conversation with a box of rocks than I could.
wait. I
with
need I need people to chime in. I need people to chime in. Danielle is now watching. She is my homie, my road dog. I gotta know who is. So let's set the premise again for those people that may not have been paying attention, right?
Mhm.
The premise was many people would say, I'd rather have $250 on an EBT card than go to dinner with Soldier Boy.
Mhm.
So our choice is not who is the top tier person that you would rather go to dinner with. It's who's right outside that edge. Who's your mid, right? Like your mid challenge is like somebody right on the edge that you would be like, Friday night, I think I would go, but if it rained, if I had a lot of stuff going on, I'd probably pass. I'm really interested in who your mid is. Who is your mid for this challenge? I need people to chime in into the chat. Tal says Omarion. Omarion. Wow, that's a good mid. That's a good mid. I would agree that he is in the mid. You know what I mean?
Candace said Brandy.
Mm.
Okay, hold on. My dad said, "What's the rapper from Public Enemy?"
Flavor Flav.
Oh, Flavor Flav. Yeah,
Flavor Flav.
we'll do Flavor Flav. Like if
Mm.
the wind blew too hard, I couldn't. It'd be like, ooh, I think I got a little cold on my chest. I'm gonna have to cancel on Flavor Flav. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do
Yeah.
it.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think who mines would be, right? I don't know, man. It's a pretty hard challenge because it's like you don't want to pick somebody and elevate them to mid that doesn't belong on mid, right? And you got to be careful because you'll start naming people and it means they're not top tier, right? To you. So they're the mid. They're the mid challenge. I don't know, man. I'd have to probably go with the dude that played Steve Urkel.
Oh, what's his name?
I can't.
Stefan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Stefan
I'm
is,
sorry, that's not his real name.
but you know what I'm talking about. That guy. Jaleel White. Jaleel White. That's who that guy is.
Dear God.
I think I would go to dinner with Jaleel White. I would probably be like, I want to hear the stories, but honestly, I could pass, you know. I'm good either way. I'm okay. Right?
So of course now I'm over here scrolling through D-list celebrities, and I'm like, ugh.
So Danielle says she's confused. So Danielle, if you had to choose a celebrity that you would the choice is $250 or go $250 on an EBT card or go to dinner. There's somebody that's just outside that choice where you would say, no, 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 no. You can't say I'd rather have $250 no matter what, because obviously there's like top tier people. Like if Beyonce came to Danielle and said, Danielle, go to dinner with Beyonce or get the $250 on the EBT card, you're obviously going to dinner with Beyonce. Let's be honest. But who's the person that's right on the edge of a yes or a no? Who is that person?
As a reference point, mine was Fantasia
Jeff's was Fantasia.
or Keisha Cole.
Oh, Tal said Bill Bellamy. I could see that. And that would probably be enjoyable, honestly. That would probably be an enjoyable dinner because he's funny, right?
I would. What's the dude? I think recently. What's old boy who got slapped? What's his name? Chris
Chris
Rock.
Rock.
Yeah, I think he did it for me.
Whoa, he's mid. He's
Yeah,
mid for you.
yeah.
Wow.
I think old Chris Rock, but I think current iteration,
Mm,
like the struggling for relevancy, Chris Rock. Yeah, if the
that's
wind blew, I'd miss it.
that's interesting. Chris Rock has fallen to mid for you.
Yeah.
See, he's still top tier to me, but he's just not as good at the
I
top tier.
mean, Danielle, if you want to say Morris chest hairs, you can say Morris chest hairs.
Morris Chestnut. Morris Chestnut is mid. Tal said Khalees. Wow. She said, I hate calling her mid because she's not, but people sleep on her.
Well, you can't call her mid. Like she's not mid to you, I guess.
So okay, now this brings up a different question. And I have the randomness on Mondays coming back from a break. So who is your mid all-star, right? Like for some reason, just this conversation of mid, not low, not high, but mid celebrity, right? Who's your mid all-star? One person that comes to mind is Cisco, right?
Oh, I'd go to dinner with you know who I would go to dinner with?
Maya.
Because I used to love me some Maya. That's back when I was on my light skin phase.
Right.
No, but I will go with either Casey or JoJo.
Either Casey or JoJo. Not both, though. Not both.
No. Because I think both of them is probably toxic. Like both of them together, and it's like drugs might be flying. And
right.
So I don't necessarily want to get caught up in the snorting of the cocaines.
Right.
So I feel like one of them by themselves might be just enough for me to get sober stories.
Now, see, now you're bringing up some good scenarios, though. Not good scenarios as in I want to be caught in a room with Blow and Casey and JoJo. That's not how I roll. But good scenarios.
Both of them together.
So like
one or the other.
So like a mid celebrity ask you to go into a scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
To a scenario, right? How would you approach this? Like my mid club friend has got to be Petey Pablo, right? Like he's not extremely cranked up, right? But we would have a great time, right? And I'm sure he has enough pull. Huh?
Is he performing or no?
No. Okay. You're just going to the club, right? And he's like, I'm gonna get you in. Who would you go with? Danielle said Silk the Shocker. That's why Danielle's my all-star, because that's a good pull. That's a good pull, right?
Wow.
Silk the Shocker. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Hey. So who you going to the club with? Who you going to the club with a mid celebrity? Who's your mid?
It's Casey or JoJo.
It's Casey or JoJo. Mid.
100%. Probably
mid to the club.
Probably.
See, Danielle saying Silk the Shocker has me wondering if Mia X would be a good person to go to the club.
No. No. Pastor Troy, Candace said Pastor Troy. I'm definitely going. See,
that's top tier. That's downtown Georgia boy. That's BSGB.
Yeah, like if you told me I get to go to a hood club on
now let me ask you this. Yes. Baby D.
No, because he fell off too hard.
So is he mid or is he like?
Yeah, no, he's off the list. He's
low. He's low. Yeah. He's falling off.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that I would rather go to the club with Maceo, host it down, than Baby D?
I mean, Baby D and them had Oom Camp TV.
They did, but I'd rather go to the club with DJ Toom, right? Whatever his name is, Oom Camp. I'd rather go with that, right? Danielle says she's definitely going with Baby D.
Well, wow. See, we all know Danielle, like the hood phase in Danielle isn't gone.
Right.
Like the right song come on and she can still turn up.
Who was the ones that did the snap thing with JD? Who was that?
I don't remember their names.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. What were their names? I wouldn't want to go to the club with them though.
But would you go to the club with Crime Mob?
Oh, 100%.
I think I would
All
too.
of them were just hold on. The ones with the girls that I come in the club shaking my dreads. Do I have to pick the whole crew?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go with
franchise boys. Them franchise boys. That's who that is. Yes. That seems like the name was pretty good. Yeah. Nah, D4L. That's kind of top tier for me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm still starting to see spaceships over. I gotta see that. I gotta see it just to be in there. So I don't know. It's a pretty interesting question. So we've identified who's your mid all-star for dinner and who's your mid for going out to the club. Any other scenarios that would be interesting there?
No, I think we hit it. I mean, we took a very random question about what's his name, about Soldier Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And we have pretty much flushed out who we would want to party with and who we wouldn't want to party with.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think that's done.
Tal said she might go to the club with Ray J.
Whoa, Ray J. Ray J has managed to stay relevant longer than I ever thought would be a thing. You know what I mean? And I give him props for that. He is somebody that has reinvented himself multiple times.
Every time.
And you don't get that. That is top tier talent for relevancy.
Yeah. No. I think, he did what was old boy, the white dude who just sold that cheap phone company. Oh, what's that dude's name?
Ryan.
Yeah. Deadpool.
Ryan Deadpool.
Yeah. I think Ray J, I think when you're able to parlay, different levels of success, whether it's
Ryan Reynolds,
music and entertainment. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Like you can parlay music entertainment into solid business deals that you then, multiply your income with, right? Like I think Dre did it, I think for so many people, like Dre is known for the headphones and not for the music, right? Snoop is probably known for his connection to Martha Stewart and his post-rap career for a lot of people. But then when you ask us, it's like, no, Snoop is a rapper. So I think what you're seeing in people like Ray J or Ryan Reynolds or all these other things, it's like, yo, I'm known for X, but I'm able to, because of great business decisions, my relevancy has pushed me to another stratosphere, and I'm now more known for this, right? Like Magic Johnson, right? There are probably people who know him more as a businessman and less as a basketball player.
Now, see, that's interesting though, because the thing I would push back on, right, is that Dre, you expect him to pivot, be relevant, stay in relevancy. Timberland, same. The Rock, I would say these people have shown a genuine ability to stay on the pulse of relevancy, right? But the surprising thing with Ray J is if you follow this dude's career, he's never been exceptionally well at any one thing, but he's been quite good at being around enough to be in multiple conversations at one time. That's why he's like a mid all-star to me. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with the mid all-star. Actually, I agree with everything you're saying. And I think it's probably the fact that he is not great at anything that means he has to be diverse in a lot of things.
He's got to keep it fresh, keep it new. And this isn't meant as like a roast at all. Like my guy is like, he was in black television before his sister, right?
Yeah, because he was on Thea.
He was on Thea, right? And then he got in on Brandy's run on Moesha as her brother, which is a hustle, right?
Was Ray J in Thea, or was that the other dude? I don't know.
No, Ray J was in Thea. Ray J was.
Yeah, okay.
And then he had a musical career. He was on the cutting edge of reality TV with Ray J for Love or something, right?
For the Love of Ray J?
For the Love of Ray J. He was on that and did that really well. He stayed in reality TV all the way through the current run of love and hip hop, right? He's had kids, he's got married, he's got investments, he honestly started off a whole new world of reality TV by putting Kim Kardashian on
Dear
and
Lord.
multiple different kind of what the hell isms there. But
Tasha
yeah,
said he dated Whitney Houston.
I forgot about that.
I don't forgot about that too. Hold on, was that like crack Whitney?
I think so, probably.
Because I mean, that's like saying, hey, Tasha dated, JoJo, crack JoJo.
He did have a beef with Fab. Yeah. Ray J is intentional about this staying in the market, right? I can't think of anybody else. I can't think of anybody else that's managed to do that other than and now I would give her much respect because I heard her recent movie is pretty major, but Tiana Taylor, I didn't know who she was or what she was famous for.
What is she
Tiana
famous
Taylor?
for? What is she famous for?
I mean, I know she's a social.
I thought she made music. Did she make music?
She does make music, and her music is pretty good from what I hear. I haven't listened to the whole album, but they said her most recent movie that she did is getting all these awards.
Which is what? Let me look this up.
She did a movie where she plays maybe a mom who lost her son to Child Protective Services and then got him back, raised him. Huh?
What's this woman's name?
Tiana Taylor. She's Teyana Taylor. And she got with Tristan. No, not Tristan. I can't think of boy's name. Basketball player.
You talking about the 1001?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
I'd never watched that.
Dude, they said it's a good movie. It's like it's getting a lot of buzz. So I gotta watch it just to see.
Yeah, no.
Every time I look at her, I think she looks like she could play Angela Bassett in something. Like she's cut.
Don't do that.
She's pretty cut.
You will not defame the name Angela Bassett on this internet.
I didn't view it as defaming. I just said if someone's going to play Angela Bassett in her biopic, other than Angela
Bassett's going to play Angela Bassett in her biopic.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Nope.
Either that or Morgan Freeman going to play it because he going to stay alive.
Rumor has it Tiana Taylor is going to be playing Dionne Warwick in her biopic, actually. So she's actually getting out there. She's kind of doing stuff, which is crazy because it's like her fame has caught up with her celebrity, which usually I feel like that goes reverse. But see, people know her. People looking.
I'm in the minority here, I guess. But all I'm saying is,
speaking of making the band, I would consider tennis with anyone from the band Day 26, Danity Kane, Danita Kane. Now, Danity Kane. No, I got you. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Honestly, the person
in the group, all 10, you would consider dinner with either one of.
The person I would go to dinner with, hands down, no questions asked, is Lori. Boom Boom Clap. I would go to dinner. I would go to dinner with Boom Boom Clap just because I just want to hear all the stories, all of it. Right? I think that would be a hilarious dinner. Be like, Ness, you just over there doing taxes? You just go do taxes, Ness? Remember from the Dave Chappelle joint? He was like, I'm shutting down the studio.
I don't
Chopper.
Like outside
and that dude chopping from that joint. And chopping from that.
I mean, outside of Dylon, ain't really too many people I'd ride with that I want to like. Maybe Dylon and then the one girl in the Danity Kane group that could sing that Diddy elevated over the rest of them.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like the I
Dawn,
don't know.
is that her
Yeah,
name? I think that's her
the
name.
fact that you remember these names, like
Hey,
I, I
hey,
struggle to remember
you
the name of my children.
you cannot play around with making the band. It was one of the greatest runs of reality TV history. And yes, it had all the drama, all the tea, and including some of the funniest moments that me and Danielle will still reference. Like the whole sleep on it. You ever seen that clip? The sleep on it clip from them in the
Mhm.
studio where they're
I mean,
like
now I want
sleep
to see
on.
where are they now?
Oh, Aubrey is she just posted some crazy and just was catching a lot of flack for it, but she's kind of gone crazy a little bit, I think. I want to
Aubrey,
know
Aubrey don't put on a little weight.
there was there was a
She had,
girl in that
wasn't that
group,
the- who was that?
maybe Shannon and Andrea, maybe. And I feel like Andrea had all the right, she had like a good head on her shoulders where she was like, I'm about to go back to college and get this degree because I don't need to be in a girl group. And they were like, no, you got to be in this girl group. You got to be in Danity Kane. Tasha said Day 26 is still touring.
How?
Hey,
With
man, Day
what?
26,
With
that album
what
was
music?
fire, though. The album was
Oh no,
good.
the album was hot. I can't even lie to you. The album was hot.
Day 26, there's still clips up on YouTube of them battling the anti-boy band group. Y'all remember that? When
Oh, they
Diddy
brought
brought in the other group and they had to sing End of the Road to each other back and forth. They were
that had
battling.
to be the funniest episode of TV in the history
It
of.
did. It did. It was kind of awkward and it does not age well now, right? But okay, yeah. Yeah, Day 26, Danity Kane, dub band DABAND, right?
All right, here go the magic question. Would you go? Would you go see them in in concert?
Who?
The band,
DABAND?
like
Or
all both groups. Would you go see them in concert?
was it a free concert? Because I don't know about paying. That's probably my mid concert, right?
Okay, but okay, so Audrey looks like Christy Alley now. By the way, she done put on a little weight,
Hey, we all did. It's okay. We all grow up.
like literally Christy Alley in the face.
Uh, okay. Hey, Tal said they need to put it on streaming, but the problem is that I think there's some caught up stuff with the rights of the show. Diddy got rights, MTV got rights. The whole time I'm thinking to myself, why didn't I buy this on iTunes when it came out so I could still be watching these episodes? But we on to other things, so yeah, that's how it goes. But yeah, that's probably my mid concert is like Danny Kane, Day 26 is like if it was free, if it was like $5, maybe. Danielle said 10. I'm not, I can't go for 10.
I ain't paying $10 for. I mean, if you saying $5 per,
Yeah. $5 per, maybe. 10 per. It's a pass for me, Doc.
yeah, no, I can't do it.
Yeah. Nah, I'm
Anyway.
good. All right. Well, what else is out there? What else has been going on out in the world, Jeff?
Your boy, I mean, it's kind of unavoidable at this point. Your boy Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas?
Clarence Thomas.
Shit. Like, fam, can you be more like dirty or grimy as
Yeah. The stuff coming out about this dude is like kind of crazy. And the crazier part is it doesn't violate any laws that we have in place.
Yeah.
Which is insanity.
I mean, so yes and no, right? Because it's one of those things, and it's amazing because Republicans can traditionally get away with skirting rules, but like Trump did, right? Like it's not a law, it's more of a norm because all judges that sit on the bench are supposed to
disclose
disclosure form.
Conflicts of interest.
Yeah, but it's not a law, it's more of a rule. And so it's like, here's a loophole if it's a friend. And it's just like, oh no, Keisha, he gonna stay in that seat now. The only reason he might have left if there was a Republican president right now. Because then they could have replaced him. But my man,
I think Clarence Thomas is showing you that while everybody was looking at the presidency to see who thought they were above the law, the Supreme Court is showing you they are definitely
100%
law, right? And it's like y'all ain't even create laws for the shiesty stuff we got going on.
Man, it's so.
And if you created the law, it would just come to my desk anyway, and I would talk about it with my friends, and we would get rid of that. That's not a problem for us.
So this all came out like today, that my dude has been collecting an income from a real estate company
right.
that's been defunct for 5 years, and his mama been staying in a house rent free from a donor. From a Republican billionaire donor, and his mama living in the house rent free.
That's crazy.
Bam!
And the thing you were telling me about the neighborhood, about them tearing.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. Come on, dude. Like, talk about shade, right? And it's like the thing that I always have that's hard for me to realign in my brain is that these people specifically stand up for conservative ideals, right?
Yep.
Ain't nothing what you doing sounding conservative to me, my guy, right?
So what killed your boy is my dude got a documentary out. I think might be on Netflix. There's a doc out somewhere. The documentary talks about him just being an everyman kind of person. I like to go sit in Walmart parking lots, and I like to go to beaches and drive in an RV. But the damn documentary was paid for by the billionaire dude who owned his mama house.
Dude, it's all types of crazy stuff. Clarence Thomas like sitting in Walmart parking lots while he waits for his drug money to show up.
Fam.
It's like some crazy stuff. It's just kind of crazy. It's just, I don't know. I'm joking about the whole drug money, obviously, but it's just kind of insane where it's like, I can't believe that all these things are coming out, and there's not like people are like, yeah, and what's the problem with that? What's wrong with that? Right? I don't know, man.
I mean, the only recourse is this: he could be impeached, but he can't be impeached with. Well,
he can't be removed from office.
Yeah, no, he can if he's impeached. But the sad part about it is the government is the government, and so you really think that the Marjorie Taylor Greene wing of the Republican Party is going to impeach this dude in the House? No. So.
I'm curious. So I'm curious about what it would take to get an impeachment. I don't have that much faith in the system as it is to begin to be that upset with all this stuff. It's just disappointing. It's just disappointing to hear. You know,
yep.
I think
ultimately they'll keep digging up dirt. Because now that people are on the scent, right? Like you done got people digging now, so people will keep digging, and they'll keep finding more and more trash, and nothing will happen, and people will move on.
Right, trash. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep talking about this as it comes up, but know that it's very suspect. Not much to say other than I would tell y'all to vote, but I feel like most of us on here do vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think we just got to keep getting out there, man. I think like we'll have some opportunities in 2024. I think it might be a pretty safe election in Georgia. I don't think either senator is up.
Nothing is ever
No,
that.
no, no. I say, excuse me. Let me rewind that. I'll say in Georgia, I don't think either senator's up for reelection.
Nah.
So,
Okay.
so from a state of Georgia standpoint, I don't really think you'll see outside of the presidency, right? I don't think you'll get much popping.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. You ready for our favorite part of the show?
Has it been an hour already? Shit.
I mean, we're up on 47. So
Yeah, I'm good. I'll ride with it.
all right. Time for heroes and villains.
Heroes and villains, man. Let's go ahead. We'll be better next week, y'all. We promise.
We got
Not that we
this.
were bad today. Although I will say my wife was fully expecting us to talk about for us to do a draft of 90s songs.
We were supposed to do that draft.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to run that next week. So y'all
You're gonna have to do that next week when we got more energy. We just got to celebrate.
Yeah. So I'm back in the game now. I'm back in the game. So I think my hero of the week got to be my little man. Avery turned 4.
Hey.
So big ups to my little guy. He is golly, man, it's crazy, right? Like I think so he turned 4 last week. He got that pre-K lottery. So he'll be going to pre-K next year. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So like just little man is and then you see the kids, right? Like you see him, like y'all came out this weekend. We got to see Coop and Ram Dollar. And so you see the babies growing up right in front of you, man. And it's like shit. So yeah, man, the little guy, 4 years old. Facebook had you remembering, hearkening back to the good old days and when they were born. And it's crazy to think about like I have a 9-year-old who will be 10 soon and a 4-year-old. So, but
yeah, man.
Avery's the hero of the week, man. Avery's the hero of the week.
See, I think about time flying every time I see Zay. Like I'm like, you out here. Like you real out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like the day Zay pulls up in a car or something, I'm gonna be like, what? I don't understand what's going on. Right?
No, I mean it's funny because and it's interesting, so like I talk about Tasha's kids a lot, but I've known Tasha's oldest son since he was probably Avery's age. Right. And so now he's a sophomore in high school, and you're like, fuck, like where does the time go? And you just watch all of our kids grow, and it's just like, yo, like, wait, stop, pause. Hey, it's not even be kind, rewind, right? It's like it's too much. Candace said, if you go back and if somebody has one of our wedding pictures, like Tasha's oldest son is the only baby at our wedding.
Yeah.
And it's just like, stop, like, hey, I am not prepared for this.
I gotta say, Kenny's second son. So his first son, I ain't even gonna talk about. Keith is like a whole adult out here. He's like 18, walking around.
Man.
Like graduated high school, everything. And I'm like, no, not possible. But Adrian, you talk about wedding pictures. Adrian and my goddaughter, Bailey, were our ring bearer and flower girl, right? And they were tiny bits, right? Now they're like Adrian is getting ready to go to high school, and I'm like, he's tall, he's playing ball and stuff, and I'm just like I don't like, where did this happen? How did this happen? And it's freaking me out because I understand that at some point it'll be my kids. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready
Yeah,
for
and I think that's more of it, right? I think you know it's on some level it's easier to rationalize it happening to other people's kids, but
right.
my kids don't grow old, right? Like it's like your kids are like, nah, they ain't growing up, like they the same today as they were yesterday,
Yeah.
but it's that forced. I saw a homie of mine. He had a son while we were in college, and so like Candace knows him, and like they would be. We would do a we. He would throw a house party in college, and like the baby would be in the other room, right? Like it's like, hey, don't go in that room right there because that's where the baby is, right? And and he just graduated from high school, going to college now, and it's just like
It's just a trip. It's just a trip. It is a whole trip. I don't know, man.
it's funny. I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. I mean, like we
Yeah.
age. Hopefully, we age gracefully. Um,
You know, I hope so too. It's kind of crazy.
so yeah, hopefully we age gracefully.
Who's
Uh,
your villain?
Ron DeSantis. I think I'm tired of him. It's funny. Maybe he's my villain, but I'm gonna laugh at him too because he hasn't even officially launched his presidency yet, and people are like, maybe we're gonna back away from this dude. So I'm just like, it's the struggle. It's him being governor and turning the state of Florida into this culture war incubator, right? It's like, hey, we did a 15-week abortion ban. Ooh, look at us. That's exciting. Oh, now we're in the dead of night. We're gonna sign a 6-week abortion ban. Oh, we're gonna pick this fight with Disney, and we're gonna maybe like today. He's like, maybe we'll build an amusement park right next to Disney World, so that they have competition, or maybe we'll build a federal prison right there. Like, why the fuck do you like? Why do we have to play
I just don't understand.
people's lives like this? Like
I
it's
guess
a
my concern for Florida is that for a state that's concerned about taxpayer dollars, this seemed like a waste of space a little bit, right? Like, what is this dude doing? Other
because
than coming up with like crazy policies, it's like this what you're spending your time on there?
because it's not about like they will justify the money spend because it's us owning the libs or us being anti-woke. Then it's like, yo, like
Have
we
fun
don't
with
want
that.
we don't want you to say anything about Black history in school. That's illegal and a crime to teach that. Like Missouri right now is considering defunding all of their libraries because their library system sued them in the state in court and was like, no, you can't ban books because that's infringing on people's First Amendment. So in response, the legislature in Missouri is like, cool, we'll just defund you. And it's like,
Which is like
how is this like one, how is this rational? And then two,
it's
like
not rational. It's not rational at
if
all.
you're a citizen that's living there, like how are you just riding and saying, yeah, that makes perfect sense. They're gonna ride with my vote next time around. Like it's idiotic and it's dumb. And if any one of those people earns your vote after the antics that they've pulled in any of these states, you're an idiot and you get what you deserve.
Now, I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in mine because I think mine follows right on the heels
Go
of
for it.
yours. My villain of the week is the state of Louisiana. Why, do you ask? Because the state of Louisiana is debating a bill that would make it illegal to teach racism, not
I saw that.
critical race theory. It would say its language says something to the effect of racism, racial history, the history of racism in our country is so traumatic that no one should be taught racism, about racism in school because it's too traumatic, right? I do not understand the logic behind this, right? Especially for the Republican Party that also would love to take points on Abraham Lincoln being a Republican and doing the Emancipation Proclamation, right? But apparently it's a history that should not be taught. This is crazy.
It's
Like this
crazy.
is like this is heading down the railway fast, right? Like what?
Yep.
So now in Louisiana, you don't want public institutions, public universities to teach racism.
Mm-hmm.
The idea, the concept. Do you know what kind of world we would live in if people woke up one day and was like, they said something mean about me, but I don't know what that's called because there's no word for it. It's no word for being treated differently based on the color of my skin. And it's just insane. I don't understand. How does someone even wake up and want to get rid of concepts, right? Like it's a concept, right? How does that even work in 2023?
You know exactly how it works. And
But
that's the suck part about it all.
these people in the same breath want to keep gun rights that are killing people all the time. Like I just don't get it. I don't get it anymore. Guns are fine. Teach about guns, teach about gun rights, advocate for those things, but don't teach about racism. No, it's too
We can
traumatic.
teach about religion. We can do a whole lot. Like, and it's what's amazing to me is to watch the gymnastics that says it's okay to legislate women's bodies, but we can't legislate inanimate objects, right? Like we can say we want to tell you, woman, what you are can and cannot do with your body, but we don't want to legislate guns because the Second Amendment is so important that we obviously can't touch anything that would infringe on our ability to have guns. But if it infringes on your ability to live, women, you can die.
I don't get it. I don't get it anymore.
I mean, and the only recourse, honestly, is for people to vote against systems that they've always supported. Right now, you're asking for people in Tennessee, in Missouri, and Louisiana to say this person or these people are so extreme that we're going to vote them out of office. And it's not going to be good enough to not vote. You're asking people who have always voted Republican to now vote for the Democrat on the ticket. And that ain't going to happen. And so what sucks about all of this is if you're poor in these countries, you're stuck. If you're a person of any means, you can pretty much insulate yourself from stupid systems.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm getting off my horse. I'm sorry.
I got one more villain that's probably might take you there too.
All right. No, I won't. I'm gonna stay quiet.
I have one more villain. My one more villain is the Tennessee House Republican. The leaked audio of them talking about the fallout of two House Republicans in Tennessee that didn't go along with the plan and tripping about being called racist. Right? They're like, we're not racist because we were voting out one white person and then two people turned coat in the middle of the vote. And they're like, I don't want to know about any of that. I want to know why you changed your vote because now we look racist. And it's like, dude.
Tennessee, man.
Tennessee, I'm looking at you with all the side eyes right now. Like, what? Right?
It's embarrassing, man. I mean, that's the long and the short of it. It's embarrassing.
It is incredibly embarrassing. There are so many other villains I have, whether it's the Chinese secret police that just got arrested in America today, right? Yeah. or the dude from was it the National Guard that was leaking out secrets because of a video game challenge? Like, I'm done, y'all. I'm done.
It's hard out here, man.
It's hard out here for a simp. Like, I don't get it. I'm done. I'm ready to turn the page. Turning the page.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about that.
Hey, man.
Top of the hour. We made it.
We made it. Hard hour.
Hard hour.
7 minutes. Showtime. I think we did good, man. Hey, man. Welcome back to us.
Welcome back. Welcome back, friends. We have a good spring, good summer coming up. We're going to have some fun for the rest of the year. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
So next week, we're going to do the 90s R&B draft.
90s R&B draft coming straight in.
90s R&B song draft, right? Not group. All right, so we're drafting 90s R&B songs next week.
Yep. Get your top 10 together. We'll meet. We'll figure it out. Who's in your top 10 90s R&B songs? Let's go.
I'm excited. We'll get it. I'm excited about it. So,
yeah, man.
All right, so tune in next week, everybody, man. Thank y'all for joining us again. I'm Jeff.
I'm Carrie. Peace out, y'all.